Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dr. Robinson again, and we're going to continue our studies. We are talking about percent change, part two. So I did a video on percent increase and decrease, which is percent change. So I want to do a part two to it to get to the heart of the matter a lot faster. On that last video, I mentioned percent change is the percent a quantity increases or decreases from its original amount. Markup was one of the definitions, the difference between the selling price and the original cost or the store's cost of an item, where the markup is equal to the selling price minus the original cost. I also mentioned these steps. I'm not going to go through these steps with you because you can check out the other video on percent increase and percent decrease on how to use them. I want to get to this formula for percent change because it's a little bit more direct and I really like it and I want to share with you how to use it. So the formula is the absolute value of the original item minus the new item divided by the original item times 100, and that'll give you the percentage. So we're going to subtract the numbers first, and then we're going to divide it by the original number, and then multiply that fraction by 100 to give us a percent. So I believe I created how to change a fraction to a percent video, so check it out, and that'll help you out with that. So let's get into our first question. Find the percent change from 61 pounds to 71 pounds. Round to the nearest tenth of a percent if necessary. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to subtract the numbers. So let's get a pen and subtract these numbers. So let's choose a color. Sorry for opening that. All right, let's choose a color. Let's choose purple for a change. All right, I'm going to subtract the numbers. 61 minus 71, and that'll give me negative 10. Now keep in mind, I have to take the absolute value of that amount. Absolute value means the total distance away from 0, which is always a positive number, so that would be 10. So I want you to notice, and let's change colors. I want you to notice something. If I would have subtracted 71 minus 61, I would still get 10, but if you notice, it's positive 10. So whether I do it forwards or backwards, I'm still going to get the same number, but one is going to be negative 10 here, and one is going to be a positive 10 here. And we know the answer has to be always positive, so because it's absolute value. So I'm just going to subtract my numbers. I'll use the bigger number minus the smaller number to get the positive value. So I know my first number on my fraction is going to be 10. So let's write a fraction. So we're going to have 10. Now we have to divide that by the original number. The original number is indicated usually by the word from being next to it, because that's where it started from and went to a different number. So this went from 61 to 71, so it increased. So I'm going to put the 61 on the bottom of my fraction because that's the original number. And I'm going to multiply that fraction by the magic number, which is how we change to percent, by the number 100. And now all I need is a calculator, so bear with me while I get my calculator. So I'll stop for a second. Okay, I got my calculator. So let's type in our fraction, 1061, 10 divided by 61, or 10 ABC 61. But I remember I can type the ABC button, but I'm going to avoid that by using the division button because it's the same way of using the fraction button, but I want to get my answer as a decimal because I got to round off. So I'm going to multiply that by 100 and get an answer of Wow, long answer. All right. All right, there's my answer. 16.393444262. So all of that is my answer, and that would be the percentage. So let's put a percent sign there. So let's get a pen, put a percent sign there. So technically, that would be the answer. But they said round it off to the nearest tenth of a percent. Tenth of a percent, we want to just have the tenths place available. So that would be right here at the 3. So we want to make sure that's going to either stay at 3 or round up to number 4. So what we do is, if you remember your rules for rounding, if it's the next number in the hundredths place, if that's 5 or more, we would add one more to the 3. If it's 4 or below, we would let all these numbers go and leave it at 3. So this number is a 9, so I'm going to add 1 to the 3. So I'm going to add 1 to the 3. That becomes a 4. And I have my 16 point. So my answer would be 16.4, and don't forget the percent sign. So that's my answer. So I'm going to go with that after rounding it off. So let's check it. 16.4%. So we took the absolute value when we subtracted those two numbers. It gave us the answer of 10. We put that over the original number that we started with or started from, and we multiply that fraction by 100 to get our long answer there. And we rounded it off in this case. Sometimes you have to round, sometimes you don't. Okay, here's one for you. I hope you understood it. So try this one. Find the percent change from 33 songs to 41 songs. Round to the nearest tenth again of a percent if necessary. Okay. Check your understanding. If everything's going good so far, great. If it's not, write down your questions, bring them in to class, and we'll see what we can do to help you out in class. Here's another question for you to try. Sabrina's savings account increases from 250 to 270. What percent change of the savings account? So I'll help you get started with that just a second. So Sabrina's money increases. So we want to increase Sabrina's money from 250 to 270. So it went up by a total of $20 when I subtract. So I can subtract it that way or turn it around and subtract it this way. I'll get $20. So absolute value will give me the positive answer always. So I know I get negative 20 up here, and the absolute value of negative 20 is 20, and 270 minus 250 is 20. So that's my top number of the fraction. Now all I have to do is put that over the original amount she started with, and she started from or with 250. So that's my denominator, and I'm going to multiply that fraction by the magic number 100. And that'll give me my answer for Sabrina. So let's get our calculator. Let's clear, oops, get my calculator back. Let's clear this stuff. 20. I could use the fraction button. So I'm going to use the division button because I want to go with a decimal. And 250. And multiply that by the magic number, 100. That'll give me my percent. So press enter. And I get 8. Oh, didn't have to round it off. So my answer is 8% change. So Sabrina's amount of change or percent of change was 8%. So let me just get my pen up there. So percent sign there. So 8%. So a little amount, but that's okay. It's an increase. So let's check it. 8%. There we go. So we subtract the numbers, divided by the original. We get our fraction, multiply that by 100, and we get 8%. So there you go, Sabrina. All right. Here's another one for you guys to try. So hopefully you can find what's the percent decrease. So they say there's a decrease. So it's a change from one level of water to another level of water. I see some leaks there. Here's another 1% change. So give it a shot. Bring in your questions tomorrow. I hope you found the questions easy and the video helpful. So please check your understanding. Write down your questions if you don't understand. You can also use the Dial Teacher Homework Helpline. Call them from Monday to Thursday at 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. And the number is 212-777-3380. So Dial a Teacher. Those nice teachers will always help you. You can also look at my tutorial videos on YouTube. My channel name is Dan Robinson. And give us a thumbs up if you like what we're doing, or write us a comment. Let us know what we can do better. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you, my subscribers. Check out our latest release of Math Prep, which was PKMS Math Prep 19. We are working on Math Prep 20. So you can tweet me at drobmath1. You can watch our show on Tuesdays called Math Time. It's a nice mathematics show. See some of my friends and my colleagues there. So it comes on Tuesday at 4:30 to 5 p.m. on Optimum Cablevision, Channel 15. If you want some more study material, write me at robinsonmath@aol.com. I'll be glad to send you something to help you study for your test. Don't forget our Math Prep movie, Math Prep 20, is coming out. We're working on it. It should be out this April 2020. So thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed the video and you got something out of it. This is Dr. Robinson signing off. Bye. Bye.